Don't you come over here and sting me. I didn't do nothing to you. They don't like this phone. But I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and get this tour open and get her done. But I'll be back. Alright. That box got all opened up. In other words, I sort of checkerboarded the brood nest. There was brood in the top, and I even put, did I put a frame of brood up top? Thought I did. I might not have. But that's okay. That box has got 8 or 9 frames of sealed brood. So in a week or two, when it pops, that hive is going to be stacked. That is the nicest group of bees I think I've ever met. No smoke. I tore the whole hive apart, opened it all up, and not one bee come after me. So gotta love that. Put a big star on that one and make sure you get queens from it. They're very good at making comb, and they're very good at collecting nectar, I think. I have to just see. But we'll have to see when the flow starts. But I looked in here with this little nuke, and still plenty of young bees in there. So they whoa, I'm getting buzzed. Leave me alone. That was a big buzzer. Oh, there they are. See them? Those Carpenter bees. They better stay away from them bees. I think the Carpenter bees like my 2x4s down there. But anyhow, we're gonna go get the next box, and I think I'm just gonna, this hive's not so strong, so I'll just put the comb up on top. See that? Those two there are just at it. Those 2 Carpenter bees. I'll just put the next box right on top of this one and let them move up into it, and then I'll go in, and any frames that need fixed, I'll move them more to the middle of the brood nest. But I'll just let them go in there and clean it up and start repairing the comb. But I'll show you frames out of that one. They were pretty messed up. I should have showed you what they look like. I'll take some pictures of the next batch. You'll see what I mean. They're pretty well wrecked. The top of all the cells need fixed. Because I get, yeah, he's just that Carpenter bee is just mean. But anyhow, I'll be back. We're going to put this box on that hive, and you can see how the frames get really mucked up. Bees will fix them, but they do get really mucked up. But that's okay. And I should fix all this that's too fat, but I'm not going to worry about it now. Only because I got too much stuff to do. I'll go through frames. Yeah, sometime. I try to get old comb off when I can. But I'm gonna try to do this with no smoke. I don't know how it'll work. Oh, there's that Carpenter bee's hole. See it down there by the concrete? Yeah, I see you. We got one on one side and one on the other. I'm gonna have to get a tennis racket or something. Those things bite you. I'll be back. All right, well, that was pretty painless. They were pretty calm, collected. Of course, most of the bees are out of the hive right now because it's warm, so they don't need a lot of bees in there to keep things warm. They got everybody out foraging. But I put 3 new frames of comb in the bottom and the rest in the top, and I had some empty frames in the bottom with no comb, and I just moved them up to the top, and they can get around to those when they get around to them. I think I'm going to go ahead and open this front entrance and get them some, maybe it's not getting stung, and get some I'm gonna go in there and get them a stick. Got bee stuck on the tape. They easily can get off that tape. You gonna get off there? I might have to rescue you. Huh? Come on, grab this grass. You can do it. What's stuck? I got a bee hopelessly stuck to a piece of tape. I can't see which leg is stuck. All right, I'll be back. I gotta free this bee. They got their little board set up, and they're all used to that top entrance. It'll take them a while before they even figure out that bottom's open. And this here box, I forgot, it had a hole in it. On some boxes, I've had hives that were 6, 7, 8 boxes tall, and so I drilled holes in some of those just to make it easier for the workers to get in and out. They didn't have to go through the brood nest all the time. But anyhow, this one here, maybe during the middle of the black locust flow, I'll do the split like I did that one. I'll do 3. I'll pull the queen, and then when I pull the queen and a couple frames of bees, and I'll move them over here somewhere, and then this hive will be queenless, and they'll go through it and they'll make a whole bunch of queen cells. And then I'll just do what I did with the other one. I'll go through and look for all the queen cells and separate them out. Put any extras I got into nuke boxes. And if the hive hasn't swarmed, it's a little harder to put them into nuke boxes, because you got to make sure if that has a lot of young bees, or everybody you put in there will just fly back, and then you'll have a empty box. So you got to watch what you're doing. You just got to make sure you get young bees. And you can tell by young bees is you pull a frame out of the middle of the brood nest, give it a good shake, not real hard, but a shake. Everybody that flies off are older bees. Nurse bees tend to hold on pretty hard for dear life. And so you could be sure that a lot of those bees that are left on that frame are younger, haven't flight, done orientation flights. But this hive here, I really like them. Yeah, I've had some mean hives in my life, and I usually just deal with them. Mean bees are usually good bees. They definitely, if you ask me, are good on any kind of predator like varroa mites, small hive beetles, moths, anything, skunks, anything else that's bugging them. But anyhow, we're cruising. I'll start getting them on. I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 on there, and that last hive out there, I'll go back in there when I got another box, and I'll checkerboard it up. And that one here, during that flow, it'll get split. So these 2 are the next 2 that'll get split up like these, and then we'll look at these other ones. This one here, we'll see what it does now. It's got a lot more comb, so she can get a lot more busy. If she lays it up and the population looks like it's going to be pretty good, because you can oversplit them and get to the point when you got in July and August and there's a dearth on, they don't have enough food. They didn't, you know, and then they have a hard time getting enough to get through winter. But lots of times I'll take hives that are 8 frames and I'll shrink them down into those tall 6 frame. 4 or 5 of those 6 frame boxes is the same equivalent as 2 deeps, but everybody's stacked up and down, and bees like to move up and down. 10 frame boxes, bees can move right up the middle of that box, leave frames on both sides with honey, hit the top of the box and die in winter. So 6 frame boxes, if you don't have, if you want to get all the stores that you have above them and don't want to feed them sugar water, yeah, sometimes you have to feed some of them sugar water. I don't like to. There's usually plenty of food out there if you just don't take it. So anyhow, I ramble and digress. I'll be back. All right, well, here's the swarm. The hive that I caught the swarm that hung on this bush the other day. This is the box. I'm going to give him this comb